All right, taking the antiderivative, so that means the capital, oops, pen working here, the capital F of x. So I carry the 2, and I add 1 to the exponent, so I get x squared over 2. The antiderivative of 1 over x is ln of the absolute value of x. You just need to know that. The antiderivative of 4 to the x is 4 to the x over ln of 4. And then the antiderivative of 1 is just x. And then you put a plus c at the end. That makes it the most general antiderivative. All right, let's do this one. This one, they're giving us information to find c. So let's start with the antiderivative. So antiderivative of negative sign, think in terms of derivatives. You know derivatives. Derivative of cosine is negative sign. Derivative of e to the x is e to the x. And then I put the c here. Okay, so now here's where we work it. So we say x equals 0, y equals 3. So cosine of 0, e to the 0 plus c, and I'm going really slow so that you see cosine of 1, or cosine of 0 is 1, e to the 0 is 1. Oh my goodness, they're not 0, right? So I end up getting c is 1. So therefore the answer is not the c, but it's cosine of x plus e to the x plus the 1. That's the answer. Okay, let's do this one. You must separate it around the addition and subtraction. So before we can take the antiderivative, we need to rewrite it as x squared over x minus x over x plus 2 over x. And then I'm going to simplify that yet more. And I'm going to say this is like saying 2 times 1 over x. All right, so now let's take the antiderivative. That's the capital, right? So that gives me x squared over 2. Antiderivative of 1 gives me negative x. And this gives me 2 times ln of x. And then there's a plus a c. This is going to help me find the c. So let me write it down here. So I get 1/2, the y value equals, and I'm plugging in x equal 1 minus 1 plus 2 times ln of 1 plus c. You know ln of 1 is 0, right? And so these two 1/2s, they cancel. I move that to the other side. I get 1 equals c. So be careful. That's not the answer. The answer is capital F of x is x squared over 2 minus x plus 2 ln of absolute value of x plus a 1. That's the answer. So putting the c back into your antiderivative. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh my goodness, they give us 2 derivatives. So when we take one antiderivative, that just is undoing one derivative. So let's do undo one derivative. So antiderivative gives me x squared over 2. I take the derivative of sine, it gives me cosine. If I take the derivative of e to the x, it gives me e to the x, and then I get a plus c. So now here's where I use this. So this means x equals 0, y prime is 1. So plug in 1, so 0 plus sine of 0, minus e to the 0 plus c. So what do I get? E to the 0 you know is 1. If I put that on the other side, I get that c is equal to 2. Okay, so I can do a little erasing here. So we have to put the next step in. So the next step is to say, I know. Okay, here we go. So I've got this c is 2, right? So f prime of x is x squared over 2 plus sine of x minus e to the x, and then I put the 2 in for the c. Now I do another antiderivative. So I carry the 1/2. I get x cubed over 3. Antiderivative of sine is negative cosine. And just remember the derivative of negative cosine is sine. This antiderivative is still e to the x. Antiderivative of 2 is 2x plus a c. Sorry, let me get rid of this because that kind of confusing there. All right, so now I want to use this information. So I'm erase down here. So I'm trying to find the final answer for f of x by finding out what the c is equal to. So again, this is the same thing as saying x equals 0, y equals 2. So put 2, put in 0, that's 0. Cosine of 0, oh, you know that's 1. E to 0, that's 1. Plus 0 plus c. Oh, what happens here? I get negative 2. I put that on the other side. I get 4 is c. Okay, so what is the answer? The answer is f of x equals, so put this with the c, right? So 1/6 x cubed minus cosine of x minus e to the x plus 2x, and then the c is plus 4. So this is the answer for number 4. Took a long time to get there, didn't it?